Welcome to the video syllabus for Math 120 Statistics at Elgin Community College. My name is Professor Dan Kernler, and we're going to talk today about some of that stuff you might do on the first day, about how the course is set up, what my expectations are for you, how you're going to be graded, all that. One of the things that I have found from teaching online, and actually with any course, but it's really important that you have the right expectations for what to expect. That sounds crazy. That you have the right expectations for the course in terms of how much time is going to be involved, when things are due, how you should be setting up your schedule. And so that's really what we're going to be talking a lot about. But first, what we're going to do, I've got a little presentation set up on my computer here. We're going to talk a little bit about the grading and how, what are the different course components and how the timing is going to work for those. So we'll start with those.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is talk about the course in terms of the grading and what the different components are of that. So here's a quick overview of it. We have online homework, which is going to be done through my stat lab. The way that this is going to work is we'll do a quick overview of the homework, like give some examples of how it works, but there's some assistance in there. You can give a help me solve this, give you some clues about how to get going. You can redo them over and over and over until you get them correct. So because of that, I don't really like to give points just based on a percentage earned, because you've got tools there to help you. You can redo them over and over. That's why we're going to have this rubric where you have to score at least 50% to get any points on the homework. And then you can see that rubric as we go up. And then anything over 90% is fine with me, so you get a full 4 out of 4. And that's for every section. Those are typically due on Wednesdays. I do midnight, but that's kind of confusing for people, so that's actually 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday. That's the online homework. Quizzes will also be online. Those are also through my stat lab. The difference here is that there's no help button. There's no timing here. You're not... You don't have only 5 minutes or whatever to do each problem, but there's no help buttons here and you can only do them once. So because of that, these are earned based on your percentage. Then we have 4 unit exams. These have to be proctored. That's a math department policy. You can do them at ECC's testing center or another location if that's not convenient. You just have to arrange that with me. Some people find it more convenient to go to a local library, or if you're not close to Elgin, another community college, something else like that. So that's something that you are going to have to coordinate. You just have to give me those details, and then I email the test and get that all set up. There's a 3-day window in the schedule. We're going to try Thursday through Saturday for these exams, or 4-day window, excuse me. No, that's, sorry. So 3-day window for these exams. I'm thinking ahead to the final. So for the final, this is cumulative, but it's a little confusing here. If we go back, we've got 4 unit exams. That last unit exam, chapter 10 through 13, is actually going to be during the last week of the semester. Kind of think of it as part of the final. So then the cumulative final is actually only going to be chapters 1 through 9. And that one you're going to have a 4-day window. That one is going to be Monday through Thursday, that last week of the semester. That's like our finals week. We also have 4 kind of prep quizzes within D2L. Those will be under the quiz category, and we'll talk more about that when we get close to an exam. So I think that is it. So,
All right. Extra credit. I always hesitate about this and not sure what to do. People always want extra credit, but my philosophy has generally been, hey, if you want extra credit, you should just do the work. And if you can do the work, then you'll get the grade you earn. But I have a couple of options that I think are going to be good for this course. One that I find really valuable, and I've done it the last couple of semesters, is there's a lot of online content here, stuff that I've made, and some of it's kind of old and it's not been updated through the years, and links are broken, and so I need help finding all that. I don't have time to go through, when you get in, you'll see I don't have time to go through every single thing and fix all that. So one option for extra credit is to give me some, let me know about errors. Give me a link to it, describe it clearly so I can fix it. And so for each of those, remember what I did here. Oh yeah, exam points. So you can get up to 10 extra exam points. So we'll go in the exam category. There'll be a little finding errors option there, a little finding errors line in the grade book. And so you can get up to 10 extra exam points in that exam category. And the only thing is, I don't really want people doing this the last week of the semester and kind of blitzing me with stuff. So they all have to get to me before the last week of the semester. And so as long as you let me know, we'll get those in the grade book, and that'll help me kind of clean things up. All right, option 2 for extra credit. This one I think is more interesting. You're going to be asked to do a little research. You're not going to be collecting any data and doing an experiment or anything, but what you're going to do is find a study about a topic that you're interested in, and I'll have a couple of steps to this where you have to communicate with me and make sure that this is appropriate and the study that you found will work, and then you're going to answer a few questions about that. And that one will actually count on the final exam. I think, keep forgetting what I decided here. Yeah, so this one is up to 10 final exam points, and so depending on what you earn on that rubric, you can get up to 10 final exam points. There'll be partial credit awarded. And so that is it for extra credit. If you're struggling at the end of the semester and you're at 64% and you're going to email me and ask what there is that you can do, nothing. Right? There's nothing at that point. It's too late. So if you really want to avoid that situation, the key is to do the work early and keep up with things as we go. Keep up with the homework. Keep up with the quizzes. Ask questions right away when you're struggling. So don't ask about any other extra credit options. Those two are it. Okay. Probably the most important topic in this video is time. How much time do you need? When do you spend it? So let's talk a little bit about that.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but the typical expectation is 2 hours studying for each hour spent in class. So we are 4 credits. That means 4 hours a week in class if we were taking this in class. So we've got 4 hours a week in class, 8 hours a week spent studying outside of class. So if we think of a typical student, well, not a typical student actually, so we'll think of one example of a student. Say this is a full-time student, got a biology course, maybe English, some statistics, speech, maybe work Thursday, Friday night, and then on Saturday and Sunday. So if we think about that, each of these courses, that each hour we spend, we are expected 2 hours outside of class. So biology looks like it's 3 credits there, so we'd expect 6 hours of studying for that. English is 3 credits, so 6 hours for that. Stats is 4, so 8 for that. Speech is 3, and then we're full. We got a nice lunch break in there most days, dinner, but this is packed, right? That's just the way it is. Okay, so now the question is, what happens if we're not taking this stats class on campus and we're taking it online? Well, that time that you had in class where you were studying, that time here has to be replaced. It's not that you just don't have to go to class. You still have to have that learning. It's just that it's on your own. And so you can move it. Maybe you do it on the evening a couple times, and then you fill in a couple hours on Friday. And so you still have that same 12 total hours. It's just you have more flexibility here. So this is really, really important. Taking this class online doesn't save you time. It just reorganizes it.
All right, I can't emphasize this enough. Taking it online is not going to save you time. In fact, some students say taking statistics online actually ends up taking more time because I've got resources available. I've got videos for every section. There's your textbook that you can look at online through the My Stat Lab. I've got some examples in the course lessons that are all online, but that's not the same as being able to raise your hand in class and ask a question or go through examples with your neighbor or things like that. It's not the same. So you're not going to save time. That's not what this course is going to do. you just have flexibility. You can work wherever you want. You can go to the library. You can go to Starbucks. You can work at 2 a.m. in the morning if you want. Yeah, you've got deadlines for homework, but you don't have to work at midnight just because it's due at midnight. You can work at 7 a.m. after you get off your night shift. I mean, there's flexibility. So that's the beauty of an online course, but you are not going to save time.
All right, so let's talk about workflow, kind of what we expect. So this is a typical schedule for a typical week. I kind of hope that you look through the videos for that chapter on Friday and Saturday. Sunday through Tuesday, you're working on the online lessons and the homework. And then Wednesday night, that homework is due, so you finish up everything that's not done. Thursday, you go over any questions you might have. By the way, we'll talk more about the homework in that separate video, but you can email me questions, so you want to start those Sunday through Tuesday, so you can have time to email back and forth and get those. But Thursday, you kind of go over any questions you might still have, and then Friday, you're ready. You take the quiz. You can't retake anything there. You can't do a question over, so you got to get those right. So you want to make sure you're ready for that. Okay, last thing here, a few key points. Again, I can't overemphasize this. You're not going to save time. It just gives you more flexibility, and that's awesome, but you're not going to save time by taking this class online. You have to be independent and motivated. If you're one who is postponing things and waiting till the last minute, this class is going to be a challenge. So it might be a good opportunity to work on changing that behavior, but you have to be independent and motivated to really succeed here. You have to coordinate somewhere to take the exams. If you can't come to ECC campus, that's fine. You have to coordinate somewhere else, though, a library, another community college, something like that. And finally, please ask questions. I try to have a lot of stuff on D2L and videos and things like that, but feel free to post questions in D2L. There's a forum where you can post questions or send me emails. I try to do most of the work for this course, getting it prepped and set up before the semester. But then I'm also expecting lots of emails, and I'm happy to answer those or direct you to the right spot where you can find those answers. So please feel free to ask questions.
All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of the other videos. I'll try to have a tutorial for how D2L is set up for our course. StatCrunch, what resources are there? That is the online statistical software we will be using. We're not going to be using calculators. We're going to be using basically online stat software. We'll give instructions for that as we go. And then my stat lab, which is where the homework, the quizzes, and some other resources are available. So that is it. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments below or send me an email. Good luck. Have a great semester.